Why, hello everybody, and welcome back to another video. Today, guys, we are going to be... Oh, wind's blowing. I better get in the barn real quick. There, hopefully you guys can hear me. Today, we are going to start the day off with cleaning and bedding the slope barn, and then we are going to move over and build... Actually, we're going to plant a new tray of lettuce, and then we are going to build a bed, fill it up, and hopefully get it our first planting transplanted today. So we got a Look at that, the poop's all the way to the end of the barn, and the cattle aren't even, the cattle are all the way over there. This barn was set up very well until we put steers in it. So this should have been 3 separate pens, which now it's 1. So it's a little bit more complicated. I lock everybody in from that gate right there on past, scrape it all this way as far as I can under that gate, and then we move that gate and put these guys over there and then scrape this half. Kind of complicated when I say it, but it's pretty simple when you actually do it. Alright, so as you can see behind me, all the gates are closed. I couldn't find a good place to put the camera to show you guys the whole process, so you'll just have to deal with the jump cut, I guess. So now we got these guys over here, so we can scrape this end of the barn out all the way down. Not bedding these pens yet. I'm gonna bring these guys over here and then scrape and bed this side, and then when I put them back over, I can bed this side, just so they're not spreading the bedding all around over here. So I got the manure piled up on that side of the gate. Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite me when I have to open this. So yeah, because it was all piling up here, and it's a pain in the butt to try and carry this gate over through waist-high manure to put it over there. So I decided to try and scoop as much over there as possible and then try and swing that over. Hopefully it works. And if stuff gets left under the gate, oh well, we'll get it at the end of the week when we scrape this barn again. So this side of the barn scraped and bedded. You can see we didn't leave too much under that gate. I thought it'd be more than that, and I put the big bucket on the skid loader, and that'll bed usually 2 pens, but this one I just dumped a full bucket in here. So now we just got to close that gate first. I have gotten this order wrong and it did not end well. Close that gate first, and then open this gate and put those guys back over here, and then open that far end gate. And yes, I have accidentally left that gate open and opened this one. All these guys just go barreling out the end of the barn. Not fun when you gotta go and put them back in. Alright guys, so here it is. Everything's bedded. The last thing we got to do is just open every one of these gates back up and let these guys back out, and then we'll be done with this barn. I have a little bit of straw I got to dump out of the bucket, I'm gonna let all these guys out, and then I'll meet you guys over at the wash rack, and we'll get the skid loader washed off. Alright guys, so the slope barn is done. It's just past noon now, so I am going to run home and get some lunch because I am starving. And then we're going to come right back and we're going to get right to work on getting that raised bed built. It's going to be a little bit of work because we got to pull some old trusses off of where the tool shed fell. So it's going to be a little bit longer than usual, but we're going to get it done. So Alright, so these are the trusses we have to take down. So each truss gives us enough wood for about half a bed, so I think we have to do 2, or I can try and pick off of one of these over here, which shouldn't be too bad. So yeah, we need 12 feet of the top board, which is like a 2x7, and then we need a 12-footer for the 2x4, and then we need 2 4-footers of each one. I mean, we need 2 12 feet of each one, and then we need 2 4-footers of each one. So I'm just gonna set the camera back on time lapse. Hopefully nothing falls on it, and we'll get this finished. Well, we'll get this done real quick. Alright, so that is finally done. That took about 3 hours to do right there, getting all those boards cut. Skid loader came in really handy for pulling the trusses down, so I'll come over and get that once I need to do chores. But here we have our 2 12-foot big ones, the 2 12-foot little ones, and two 4-foot big ones, 2 4-foot small ones, and then all our corner spots. So now we're gonna head over. I gotta grab some screws out of my Jeep and grab the drill out of the shed, and then we'll put this thing together. Alright guys, so I got the bed built. It's sitting right back over here behind this wall, and I said I wanted to get my lettuce transplanted tonight. Well, I don't think that's gonna happen. I want to at least get the lettuce planted back there, the tray that we have to plant this week, and then I am going to see if I can get my raised bed filled with dirt. And I am just destroyed today. I'm just flatlined out after this whole day of... I've done a lot today. Just working with the heifers is enough to destroy your workday. So I'm going to come back right away in the morning and we will get that transplanted. But for planting the lettuce, I'm not going to video that because I have filmed a ton today. And if you guys want to see me plant lettuce, this lettuce, go check it out. I have another video on my channel of me planting this lettuce exactly how I will today, and I go in depth on how I do it and the different techniques that I use. So I will try to remember to put a link in the description down below. I probably won't remember. If I don't, go down in the comments, mention it. I'll definitely see the comment and I'll get that fixed. What's up guys? Today we are getting our lettuce transplanted. So I have done a little bit. I have filled the bed up, and then I went through and just spot hoed places where it's real clumpy, and then I took that rake and raked it one direction and then raked it the opposite direction. So then I went and measured these lines out, and each one is 8 inches apart. So we're doing 5 rows in this bed. Originally I was gonna do 6, but I don't know where that thought came from because there is nowhere for a 6th row in this bed. So we are going to do 5 rows, and since I had quite a few not germinate, it should be all right actually. Looking at it now, looks like most of them germinated. So we may be in trouble. We may have a few extra plants. And I came up with an idea because we're running out of screws and our local hardware store is not open right now due to the coronavirus. I think I'm gonna interplant with the potatoes. Since there's only 2 hills, I can run at least 3 rows in with the potatoes, and I can interplant around the asparagus. And I may be able to fence a little bit off in the greenhouse and plant in there. So we got all sorts of different places we can put it. It's just a matter of putting it there. So starting here, we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and plant one right there, and so on and so forth. So basic tools, just a shovel really, because you just gotta go down, poke it out, and drop a seedling in there. So anyway, I'm going to put this on a super fast time lapse, and we're gonna get this done. So there's the 1 row done. 1 out of 5, and they're pulling out okay, but I'm having a lot of trouble with the soil staying together. Here's a late emergence right there, but I'm having a lot of trouble with the soil staying together. So I think I'm gonna have to change up my watering technique. I think I'm gonna have to top water it, so bring it outside the shed and top water it every day. I think I'm gonna try that with the other trays and see if that fixes the problem. I think it's just the roots are too busy trying to go down into the other tray that they don't create a good root ball in the cells. So we're gonna have to change up our watering technique and see how that fixes it. Look at that beautiful sight. Alright guys, I'm back from lunch and I got to work here in the shed. I did some work over there. I started top watering now and did some stuff over there. And then I came over here and I started working on maintenance forms for each tractor. Like right now I'm working on the 4020, getting all the filter numbers saved. And then I'm going to be making a book to keep over in the shop so that we can keep track of when we're maintaining each tractor, skid loader, all of that. So I'm working on that, and then yeah, I'm just gonna be working on that. This is gonna take me a while. I went around, wrote down all the filters that I could get off of each tractor, and we use Wix filters mainly. That's what we can get our hands on the easiest. And so I have to go online and look up the filters that I couldn't get. Like hydraulic filters are inside a casing and I can't take them out. So I'm going to do that, and then, yeah, I'll show you guys different parts of it. So right now we have the 4020 here. We have the engine oil filter, fuel filter, hydraulic oil filter, and air filter. I have to put each filter number in this showed diagram. We got extra notes for if we're doing something special, maintaining each thing. And then alright, so I got my first sheet done. This is the 4020 sheet. It's got 3 sections on a sheet, so this should last probably 2 years per section, so this should last probably 6 years. So hopefully we can get 6 years out of all of them. And I can't print any of these sadly because we don't have any paper, and I'm gonna print them at home too so that the color comes on. My printer is only a black and white printer in here, so we'll get it done at home, and then I'm working on the 4960 sheet next. Alright, so we got our sheet built for the 4020, the 4440, and the 4960, except for the air filter, or no, we got everything on the 4960. And then starting with the 8430, we still don't have the hydraulic filter number. Dad didn't buy a hydraulic filter, and we can't tell until we take it out. So once we take it out, I'll update that. The skid loader, I can't figure out the air filter, so I'll have to go. I think, if I remember right, we were going to replace it We just replaced it, actually. There's a CarQuest filter in it, though. It's not a Wix filter. That might be a problem. And then the grain truck, we need the air filter numbers as well for the inner and the outer. And then the combine, I need the air filter, inner and outer, because there's a bunch of different ones, because it ranges between serial numbers, I guess. So that's it. I am so tired. That took me about 3 hours, I think, to do all that. And also, I am going to be watering the lettuce down tonight before I leave, and then watering it probably daily. Same with the stuff behind me. I'm going to be top watering it daily probably from now on. Alright guys, so today I just got here and I fed the chickens. I didn't check on the rabbit, should be good. And I watered the transplants from yesterday. I transplanted the other 20 in with the asparagus this morning, and I watered the perennials and the potatoes and everything basically that's been planted this year. And I went over and reseeded the carrots except by hand instead of with that planter. I think that planter wasn't putting seed in the ground. I mean, I tested it and it was dropping seed, but I don't know if it was dropping seed the entire time, or if it just plugged up right away and didn't do anything. So yeah, I hand planted the carrots. I planted them kind of heavy so that we would get at least something, and I watered them down really good. So hopefully guys, we'll have carrots in the next coming weeks. Now the rest of the day, sorry, I can't talk straight when I'm sleep deprived. Anyway, the rest of the day we are going over and we are putting new bearings in the closing wheels on the corn planter, the ones that we took off in the previous episode, or the one before that, I don't know. But we're going and taking those apart. You split them in half, and then there's two bearings inside, and you swap them out and then bolt them back together. It takes probably 5 to 10 minutes per wheel, and there's only 12 of them. Some of them are still stuck on it. Dad said he's gonna work on it, and he said sometimes they'll break and he's just gotta order new ones. So we'll see what happens with that. And I just stopped by the office. They have a special going on. 1 hot chocolate for free, only to people who work at this place. Pretty good deal if you ask me. I think this is like the last day that it's below 50 in the forecast, and we still don't have our heater up there hooked up. I really wanted to work in a heated shop this winter. I guess it's not gonna happen. Anyway, so for these closing wheels, I got the not done ones there, and then I'm just stacking them right there. I just did that one yesterday. And so we grab one, and you can see there's 6 bolts right there, and nuts on the other side. Usually pretty plugged up with dirt, but this one's not too bad. And these bearings are really bad in this one. So I have to go through and take all of these bolts out, and I'm gonna do that in a quick time lapse. Alright, we got all of the bolts out. This one was a little bit tougher because the washers were all stuck on these, so yeah. But you look for the side, it'll have a pretty good seam in some spots. So it's this side, and I have this really handy dandy flat screwdriver here that's got kind of like a really wide stance there. And you go down in between the rubber and the plastic, and you basically just pry up. Ooh, almost got my hand there. Some will be easier than others, but so this one's about to pop. There we go. And there it goes. You got this half, which is kind of like a hubcap, I'd say, because all the rubber stays on this side. So yeah. And you got a bearing on this side right here. You got a bearing right there. And you got a bearing right here. And you just flip it. That one fell right up. So we got new ones here. The ones we're using are PartsMaster PM203FF. And they're completely sealed bearing, and it'll give you a longer life. So that one just drops in. Let me take the other one. This one won't fall out, so we come over and take our, that's not my punch. Alright, just use a screwdriver, and it popped out. So grab another bearing. Drop that one in. And then, this is probably one of the hardest parts, is getting it back together. So this bearing might drop out like it just did. So you can try and set it right there and use it as kind of like a reference. And there's the first one of today done. We did use some PB Blaster to spray all the nuts just so they don't corrode and freeze up for next time. Which I'm gonna spray the one I did yesterday with it, because I didn't do that. Look at that, 2 stacks of closing wheels off the corn planter. That is 11 of them. Dad was not able to get one of them off, so he sprayed it good down with PB Blaster real good. We'll see if we can get that one off tomorrow, but that is a lot of work done. I switched to using the drill, and that really sped up the process, so yeah. Next thing on the agenda, I'm gonna go over to my shed and warm up and do some work on the computer. Alright guys, so I just realized I did not record an intro for this video, so thank you for watching. Don't forget, hit the subscribe button down below, and if you liked the video, hit the like button as well. And I need some suggestions for this week's bonus video. I have no idea what to do. I'm thinking just doing like a chore video, updating you guys on what the chores are. So I come in the morning, I'll show you guys what I do with my chickens and everything like that. And then in the afternoon, what I do with the cows and the pig and them guys. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. And until next time, guys, see ya.